Maybe you are not tired because you did too much. Maybe you are tired because you spent the whole day trying to survive in a place where there was no real danger. And by the end, there is a strange twist. Sometimes real rest does not begin with sleep, a vacation, or motivation. It begins with one quiet permission most people never give themselves. Have you ever felt this? The day seemed easy. You did not carry anything heavy. You did not run a marathon. You did not solve the world's problems. Maybe you barely even left the house. But by evening, your body feels heavier than it should. Your mind is foggy. Every sound irritates you. Messages feel too loud. Even a simple question like, "How are you?" feels like too much to answer. And the worst part is that you start blaming yourself, because from the outside, the day looked light. But inside, it felt like something was slowly draining you. Here is the trap. We are used to thinking that tiredness comes from action. If you worked physically, you are allowed to be tired. If you were on your feet all day, it makes sense. If you completed 100 tasks, you earned your rest. But modern exhaustion often does not come from what you did. It comes from what you had to process. You wake up and almost immediately reach for your phone. Your brain has not even entered the day properly, and already it is hit with messages, news, faces, opinions, other people's success, other people's anger, other people's lives. You have not even figured out what you want yet, but the world has already started pulling your attention in different directions. Then the second layer begins. Someone needs a reply. A task is still unfinished. Money needs to be figured out. A promise comes back to mind. You have to act calm. You cannot look weak. Something you delayed is still waiting, and somehow you also have to prove to yourself that you are not falling behind. You may be sitting still, but inside you, an entire factory of tension is running. Your brain checks where you messed up. It imagines what could go wrong. It compares your life to someone else's. It replays old conversations. It keeps dozens of unfinished thoughts open at the same time. And because none of this looks like work, you do not call it work. But your nervous system does. To your nervous system, an anxious thought is not just a thought. It is a signal. If you are lying on the couch thinking about the future, debt, relationships, deadlines, or the feeling that something is wrong with you, your body does not always understand that you are safe. It reacts as if it needs to prepare for impact. Your shoulders tense. Your breathing gets shorter. Your jaw tightens. Your attention jumps from one thing to another. Your heart works a little harder than it needs to. From the outside, you are resting. Inside, there is a quiet mobilization happening. That is why you can lie with your phone for hours and get up even more exhausted. Because you were not resting. You were lying inside a stream of signals. One video made you compare yourself. Another reminded you of what you have not achieved. The next made you laugh for 1 second, then disappeared. A headline brought anxiety. A stranger's argument pulled you in. A perfect-looking life made yours feel smaller. And your brain kept reacting. Not deeply, not consciously, not for long, but constantly. And constant reaction still costs energy. There is exhaustion after action. And there is exhaustion after endlessly responding to the world inside your own head. When nobody directly attacked you, but you stayed alert all day. When no one said you had failed, but you felt behind anyway. When you did not complete anything big, yet your attention was scattered into 100 tiny pieces. That is why by evening you can have neither results nor energy, only the strange feeling that the day disappeared, and your strength disappeared with it. The most dangerous part is that you often try to fix this with the same thing that caused it. One more video, one more feed, one more episode in the background, one more stream of faces, sounds, and opinions. You call it rest because you are not working, but your nervous system does not rest in a place where it has to keep reacting. Real rest does not begin when you simply stop doing things. It begins when your body finally receives the signal, "No one is judging me right now. No one is waiting for my response. I do not have to compare myself. I can exist here without defending myself." And here is the unexpected ending. Sometimes you are not tired of life. You are tired from constantly being ready for it, ready to reply, ready to be liked, ready to keep up, ready to pull yourself together, ready to prove that you are okay. But a person cannot recover while standing guard inside their own mind. So maybe you do not always need a new plan. Maybe discipline is not the missing piece. Maybe getting yourself together is not the answer. Sometimes the answer is the opposite. Lower the weapon. Just for a few minutes. Do not improve yourself. Do not chase anyone. Do not explain your state. Do not turn rest into another task. Give your nervous system what it was missing all day. Silence without threat. A pause without guilt. A moment where nothing is required from you, not even becoming better. Because you do not recover when you stop moving. You recover when you finally stop defending yourself from your own life.